So it's good to see you again. I hope it's under better circumstances than the last time.
Yeah.
When I saw you the first time, it was at a courthouse. It was not in a fun situation, was it?
Yeah, it was not fun at all.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what's gone on here between your mother and your father and your stepdad. And I ask this question, I'm not trying to take any sides. I have gone through some of the issues myself as a teenager, and I hated it. I just hated it. But give me your perspective.
Well, for the past year, I wanted to live with my dad. My mom just won't let me go, and they've gotten mad about it, and they've thrown things, they've broken things, they've yelled at me, they've hit me, they've called the police on me, and then they've at the same time tried to sue my dad, and they just won't let me go.
So, is there anything in particular that made you want to come and live with your dad over the last year? I mean,
it was last year, at the beginning of the summer, when my mom took me to Paris, the town where she's from.
Okay, out in Texas.
Yes, in
not
Texas.
Paris, France.
Yes, in Texas.
Okay.
And then she came back from the courthouse and added up like money on the calculator, which was like $20,000. And then she showed it to me and asked if I thought my dad could pay it. And that was when I realized that she was suing my dad, and I didn't want any part of it.
Oh, that's a shame. I got it. So, have issues like that before? Had issues like that before ever come up prior to that, or was that just that first time that came up like that?
That was the first time that I noticed it. I'm sure there were things before that, though.
So, prior to that, how was your relationship with your mother?
It was all right.
So, but that was really the catalyst, so to speak, then.
Yeah.
Okay, and then as far as your father, your relationship with your father has always been fine?
Yes.
So there's another element in here, your stepfather. How does that factor into everything?
He's very aggressive, and he thinks that he's in charge of everything. And he's the one who would normally put his hands on me. And then I watched the videos the other day of when he was talking to the police, and he tried to set me up to assault him. Like he was trying to aggravate me and trying to get me to assault him while the police were there.
From what I've seen, and the little bit that I've seen and heard, it appears to me that he's trying to act as if he's your father and not your father's not your father. Is that pretty accurate, or?
Yes.
Did you resent that fact?
Yes.
So, I mean, when somebody comes in, a stranger, and or your mother's husband, and tries to act as if he's your father, he's in charge of you, there's something inside of you that cringes at that, I'm sure.
Yes.
I know I've hated that. But it's not saying that the stepfather is good or bad. And it's not saying that your father is good or bad. It's just saying that there is a natural bond between a father and a son. And a stepfather should never try to take that place. Does that pretty much accurately sum it up?
Yes.
So right now, I know you want to live in Frisco, and the big thing that you said was last year your mother showing you this money, and then was going to be suing your dad once again.
Yes.
How long has this court stuff been going on?
Oh, since I was born, like as long as I've lived.
Okay, so have you been to court before? Have they ever asked you to testify?
I've tried to testify before, but I wasn't ever allowed to. But that's all been throughout this last year.
Okay, so when you wanted to testify, what was it that you wanted to tell the judge?
That I wanted to live with my dad, and that my mom and her husband had hit me and yelled at me and abused me.
Okay. Do you have were there any other type of records, like medical records or police records or anything like that?
Yes. There's the doctor. I told the doctor what happened and showed him my bruises. What happened when they called the police, and how Jimmy and the police grabbed me and threw me on the ground and twisted my arms, and hadn't told me anything, like hadn't said you're under arrest or being detained. They just grabbed me and assaulted me.
So wait, the police did that? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and Jimmy.
And Jimmy.
Yes, it was both.
Okay, so this happened where? In Parker County?
Yes.
So I've had people that have actually watched part of the video and have said that the Parker County police have been abusive. I've had people that I didn't even know that have contacted me via Facebook and everything, and they said they would like to talk about the police sometime. So I don't know enough about that, but I have seen at least one video, and it wasn't a fun video to watch, but I don't know what that was, what that's really like in real person. What I did know is that when I was in the courtroom, I wanted to ask you what was going on to just try to give you a voice. And that's when people were criticizing me to say, you should keep him out of this. But the thing is, you're in the middle of it if you want to be or not. Isn't that true?
Yes.
So, and basically what's happening is you're in the middle of it, but you're voiceless. I know you were not in the courtroom, but what I found interesting was that your mother's attorney was objecting to you testifying. Any idea why that might be?
They don't want me to tell what happens at their house. Because if I tell what happens at their house, no judge would ever allow me to live there.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Is there more detail that you want to go into about that?
Yeah. I mean, every day I have to worry about whether I'm going to get yelled or hit or get some sort of thing taken away. I mean, I don't even have that much there. I mean, I don't do anything there. I read books, and that's about it, because they're taking everything else away.
Do they take your cell phone away or anything? Or?
Yes, they don't want me to talk to my dad at all when I'm there.
So basically it's not as a form of, get your studies done or anything, but just don't talk to your dad, period.
Yes.
So they're trying to basically alienate you, isolate you from your dad?
Yes. Is
there any way that you can work with that? I mean, right now, do you feel like you have to sneak around to talk with him? Or, I mean, if they're taking your phone, you just can't contact him when you're out there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, so when I'm there, when I go to my mom's, I don't get to speak to my dad until I come back and see him.
That's really abusive, in my opinion. You are the product of a mother and a father, and both parents are important to you, because both parents, you're part of both parents. You're 50% your mother, 50% your father. You need to have that relationship with both of them. Looking at the stuff that you've gone through, I know you wanted to live with your dad. What do you feel about your mother? Do you want to have an ongoing relationship with her at the same time, or?
No. If she's gone too far. She's done this for an entire year. So.
Okay. So some people would say that your father's manipulating you to say this stuff. Is that correct?
No, not at all.
So this is all coming from you?
Yes.
And based on, like you said, you've had experiences of you've said physical abuse?
Yes.
And other things that have been taken away from you?
Yes.
What about the yelling and stuff like that? What takes place there?
One of the examples I could give was a time when I was just sitting in my room reading a book, and then he comes in and shoots a paintball gun at me. It wasn't loaded, but it was just him showing me that he could hurt me at any time that he wanted to, and I couldn't do anything about it.
You don't think he was just joking around by doing that?
No.
So when you said he shot a paint gun at you?
Paintball gun.
Paintball gun, and you said it wasn't loaded?
No, it wasn't.
So, I mean, he shot it. I don't know enough about the paintball gun.
It just makes a lot of noise.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay. So you would say then that Jimmy is abusive?
Yes.
Now, on some of the conversations that I've heard on the internet, he, again, is talking to you like, we love you, we miss you, and come on, bud, and stuff like that. I mean, is that's not an accurate representation of what takes place?
No, they just say that so that they have a recording of them saying that, because that's not true at all.
Okay. Do you have any other brothers and sisters?
Yes. I mean, not I'm actually related to, but they live there.
Yeah, so they're the brothers, and they're your stepbrothers and sisters then?
Yes.
Are they the brothers and sisters? Are they both from your mother and Jimmy?
No.
Okay, so there's another marriage in there too somewhere?
No. Jimmy's brother died, and then they adopted those 2 kids.
Okay.
Because I guess they thought they were being nice, but.
Okay. Is there a difference in the way that you're treated versus the way they're treated?
No.
So, I mean,
everything was fine until I told them I didn't want to live there. And that was when they became abusive.
And that was last year you said that all happened?
Yes.